How it's going today is 2nd of March, Saturday, and we are taking a look at the market, what kind of opportunities are available there. Quickly, right? So it's something that I have read in a previous article about some investments potentially can be made. As of now, money might be made available to local councils, or it was defined as local leaders. So they might have access to some of the funds, and let's see, perhaps we can engage with. Let's start with the train stations. I don't know about bus stations, right? With the bus stations, there was a company that I was taking a look at when setting up wind farms in the sea. The same company was offering charging stations, so to say, where they can build those stations up. Perhaps there's some projects there. But as of now, perhaps let's try to engage with train stations if we can. That would be some of the locations mentioned, right? That would be millions of people in the north and or Midlands will benefit from by the public transport, right? I think there was it certainly was outlined. Let's delve a little bit deeper and try to understand what the areas are, where train stations are, and if we can reach out to local leaders, so to say, right? Quickly, right? So let's take a look at this fund. Most likely, the time frame we're taking a look at something that might be made available starting from 2025, right? And that would be on 4th of October 2023. So the government announced local transport authorities, LTAs in the North and or Midlands will benefit from a new local transport fund from 2025 to 2026 until 31st D32. This funding is additional to Integrated Transport Block (ITB) allocation that LTAs currently receive. Additional LTFs funding has been allocated by formula based on the population and or level up need of each LTA. Here we go. That explains everything. A previous article that I have read about, oh, they have allocated so much finance, so many people living there, so based on population size. But either way. So previously they haven't based that formula based on population. Now they have made it available for population size, and the taxpayers. LTF will fund a wide range of local transport measures. Local transport authorities will be able to choose from a range of projects such as building new roads, improving road junctions and pavements, improving bus stations, installing and or expanding tram lines, and improving train stations. I'm interested in train stations. Perhaps there might be some opportunities offering some projects there. Now, how we can find these people who can make decisions, that's a different challenge. There are a number of funds, right, when it comes to governments, organizations. There are a number of funds. I can think about at least four or five, right? So I need to do a little bit of digging, trying to find who would be responsible for train stations. Might be one organization. If you would ask me, it would be one, just one. I have done either way, so it's something I need to do later today, as well as I have did follow up. I put on the chaser for Birmingham, so perhaps I might be able to find someone there. While I'm looking at that, let's try to find perhaps a responsible person for train stations, as well as it's not necessarily limited to what I'm interested in, but either way. So let's progress to the next article. Quickly, right? UK announces new year support to boost the British exports and investment in Western Balkans, right? UK's government has outlined a package of energy and or infrastructure support to boost trade and drive investment between the UK and Western Balkans. Quickly, right? So let's take a look at this article and see what opportunities might be made available. By the way, I haven't read this article. That would be something that they're looking to accomplish. I have done a little bit of research last week trying to understand some of those governments. I was taking a look at some of them. But I think that's the governments they're referring to. I was digging a little bit and trying to understand the history and what was happening within that region. Was a lot of things happening in this region, right? I think I was taking a look at what's a British singer. Is it British? But either she's from one of those regions, right? So it's Albania. I think I was taking a look at Albania, but either way, and doing no taking a look at the research, the work completed, and documentary what was happening in Albania and democracy within this region. But either way, let's come back to this article. Let's take a look at some of the bullet points. UK's government will boost British exports and investment to the Western Balkans with up to 15.75 billion. That's large sum of money, billions available for the region in export finance. Okay, okay. Some of the regions that I have taken a look at, they developing train rails, connectivity. There's a lot of projects happening in those regions, right? Where they could potentially connect to larger cities with some of these regions. So I've done a little bit of research, right? Comes alongside with 10 million to accelerate the region's green transition. Combined support will boost prosperity and jobs both in the region and UK. Okay, let's try to understand it. At the European Bank, okay, I thought it's something has to do with Europe. I don't know, as of now, perhaps some of those governments might not be part of the European Union, but they're looking to join or considering perhaps receive invitation. I don't know, about one thing, I don't know what other things they are, but either way. In London today, Monday, 26th of February, UK will outline a package of energy and infrastructure support to boost trade and would drive investment between UK and Western Balkans, creating jobs and supporting livelihoods across the countries, right? For those who understand history, they used to they used to send bombs. Now they might consider sending care packages. Either way, let's take a look at it. Security Minister for okay, there's names there. Let's progress. Attended by four Western Balkan prime ministers from okay, there's countries there. I was taking a look at the map, right? UK business leaders to highlight potential business opportunities in the region. Trade between UK and the Western Balkans region was worth 4.5 billion in 2023. So we're looking to improve that by tripling. All right, so it's 4.5 and looking to invest 15.75, right? And we're talking about billions. As the region looks to decarbonize, the UK will commit additional funding of 4.2 million to accelerate the transition away from coal and develop wind power support many of the countries in the region and dependency on Russian energy supplies, building on the 1.1 million provided last year for energy security drought partners, including the World Bank. I don't know. There's perhaps something. So if they're gonna cut some ties, they're gonna have another ties instead of developing their own. So instead of building their own, then now they would have options. I guess. It might be similar, right? So I don't know. It's not what I was taking a look at. Perhaps even if we're taking a look at trains, right? So if that would be a case, right? Just based on today's ideas, infrastructure projects, right? Perhaps that one might be a sound investment, but most likely they're looking to different investments. That would be energy, and as well as there might be sound investments when it comes to energy and production of wind. So how many companies can produce some of those? Would that be German companies producing those? Either way, I don't know. I don't know. That's really just an example. But at least they have sea next to them, right? So where that energy would be produced in the sea, I don't know. I don't know. Perhaps there might be some opportunities there. UK's government will continue to commit to drive investment into Western Balkans with up to 15.75 billion available to boost British exports throughout UK export finance. This provides guaranteed for UK companies to trade overseas with confidence. Okay. So perhaps they might offer additional support and funding. This funding is already delivering tangible benefits for the region, like 363 million for Morova corridor motorway in Serbia, which will connect the industrial city of Kruševac to improve the regional commercial centers and Sarajevo, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and the port city of Bar, Montenegro. Against a backdrop of a growing number of tensions across the region, UK program fund will also increase by 10 million from the next financial year to support the region's prosperity and security from bolstering resilience against meddling activities, interference in cyber attacks, economic development, working alongside parties to tackle corruption and serious organized crimes, right? Quickly, right, let's take a look at how many bombs a day United Nations have dropped in the region, right, to blow up all of that infrastructure, right? Let's take a look at that quickly. Right now, I can't find this information about how they blow up all infrastructure, but either way, I can't remember. I have watched documentary recently about how many bombs they dropped every single day. It was a lot. If you ask me, all of the infrastructure was there before, it wasn't there after. If you would ask me, right? That would be NATO bombing Yugoslavia, right? That's what I'm referring to. Yourself, if you're interested in learning more, I have published a journal that would be inflow. In this journal, I'm taking a look at time and management of your time and how yourself you can learn more when it comes to optimizing your time. I have published this journal to offer you a system way to approach every single day, and keeping everything on paper would potentially will offer you a process of holding yourself accountable for everything what you're doing and how you're managing your time. One way to look at it, you need to develop your habits or routines for 90 days. So if you were to pick up it, I would highly recommend you work from cover to cover. 70 days would be optimal. 90 days should be enough to develop a habit, and every page would be a 24-hour window. And what tasks you would need to take a look at and complete every single day. If something yourself you're interested in learning, you can find the QR code in the corner company's website below. Let's close this video, right? By strengthening investment today, the UK is boosting livelihoods of people across Western Balkans, providing a long-term solution in addressing drivers of illegal migration alongside the progress of UK's government is making to distribute the work of people's smugglers, right? In the emergence of the summit, the Secretary Minister will help it with his name's there. He will also meet Albanian Deputy Prime Minister, well, his name there, to highlight the growing UK's Albania partnership, which has helped to decrease small boats crossing Albania nationals by 9%. Okay, so that's an issue that they're looking to address, right? Perhaps creating some opportunities in the region. Thanks for watching. See you next one.